So I'm Deon with Digital Hobby Labs, and welcome to the show. I wanted to just talk about my gear. I don't know, geek out about my gear. I think all creatives, and especially nowadays where everybody can you can get your favorite camera. There's a tutorial, there's a unboxing or some sort of review on all the gear, which I'm all for. I watch it all the time. But I just wanted to do my own and talk about my gear that I have and how it works for me and why I chose it, why I settled on it, what I'm looking to upgrade and whatnot. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the microphone that I have now, that I'm using now, and it's actually attached to my web camera. It comes with the webcam camera, the Hollyland webcam. I think it's a 4K webcam, and it comes with a microphone. So the microphone it's just another audio unit or audio input for your system. And I think it sounds pretty good. I think it's a little bass heavy, but I record this particular podcast. I record all this audio directly in the Studio One. So, I can adjust however I need to and engineer the sound however I need to. But it's pretty clean. It has noise reduction. I'm inside of my room, which is the hobby lab. And it's pretty quiet in here. You can probably hear the desk of my chair. Or, I don't know if you could hear that. That's me knocking on the desk. But, it's pretty good at reducing the noise inside. I was using the USB microphone here, the Revelator. And, it's a good microphone. The issue is I'm a little a ways away from it. So, I kind of have to compensate in post or just on the sends. So it kind of picks up the room a little bit more. So I have to process that sound a little bit more than I do this particular microphone, which is awesome. I really appreciate this little microphone. It's a lapel mic, so I don't have to talk. I can just continue working and I can just talk. So I love that. So yeah, I guess we could just kind of make this episode about the microphones, that I have and why I have them. The other microphone I just mentioned is the PreSonus Revelator, and it's a USB microphone. It's a condenser microphone, which is considered to be more of like a broadcast microphone. And it's pretty good. I really like it. I think it's not as light as the other microphones, but that's what you want in the broadcast mics, right? You don't want it to be super bright. So, it's really cool. I mean, it's seamless. It has a universal control app, so you can adjust the levels and there's even an input chain if you want to use the input chain. But actually, I don't like the input chain on the control unit for the microphone because it kind of colors the sound a lot, and it adds in noise. Like, I would love to use the gate on that microphone, but it just kind of brings in like a hiss, brings in like just some unwanted sounds that I'm really not interested in. So I don't really use the input on that. But what happens is, because of the proximity, like, I can probably figure out the proximity a little bit better to use that microphone, but it picks up the desk. So if like my fan is on the computer, it's gonna pick that up. You'll hear it, and I could try to kind of mess with it in post, but not really interested in that. But it's a good microphone. I like it. The control on it. I like the ease of use. I would recommend it for sure. If you just need a USB microphone, you don't need all this other, either something like this lapel mic where it hooks up to your camera and you can kind of get the feed that way, or USB, which would be the second easiest way to get a good audio feed. I would recommend the PreSonus Revelator for sure. Next to that one though, I have, which is my main unit right now I'm using. It's a SE, you know what, I forget the model number on this. I'll find the model number before the end of this, but it's also a little, I said condenser, but it's actually a dynamic mic. And the same thing as the PreSonus. It's a dynamic microphone, and you know, it's also a broadcast microphone. This one though is an XLR, and it hooks up directly into my audio interface, and it has an extra boost to it as well. So if you don't want to use the phantom power, you just kind of want to be really, you know, get that broadcast sound and be really close to the microphone, which, you know, I'm not opposed to. It's actually a really cool sound. You don't want to use the boost, and you want to turn off, I think you want to turn off the phantom power. So I haven't recorded on anything yet. I've just kind of tested it. But if you turn that off, then you just kind of have to, you know, give it a little bit more power from your voice to get a stronger signal. And then, but that's good because that enables you to reduce the room noise. So, you know, pros and cons, you can use the boost, it'll pick up more of the room, it'll be a brighter sound. I'm not as bright as a condenser mic, but brighter sound in general, you know, for this microphone with the boost. So, and you'll need the phantom power for that. Outside of that though, I do like that mic. It's the newest mic I have next to this lapel mic. And I do plan to record some more vocals for that one with that microphone. And then next, I have a AKG 214, which is a condenser microphone. And it's probably the best microphone that I have. You know, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it is the brightest microphone that I have, and the most clear. And I say that it's not my favorite because I'm not a huge fan of my voice, and for certain reasons, and that microphone exposes all of those reasons, you know. And it's a really good microphone, super clear, super bright. I love it, but you know, that thing will pick up everything. So I kind of prefer to hide my voice a little bit. You know, I tend to do that in post. But yeah, the AKG C214 is probably the most expensive mic that I own, you know, which is not crazy. It may be $400 new, $350, something like that. So next to that, I have, I have a shotgun mic. So I think it's just a Zoom shotgun microphone, and you know, I probably will switch that out to do, you know, these podcasts when I don't use the lapel mic with the, you know, from the condenser microphone, just because it's directional and I'm sitting right in front of the microphone. I think it's kind of built for some distance as well. So yeah, as I'm speaking, I'll probably end up using that microphone as well, the Zoom shotgun microphone. It's a cheap microphone too, it's not expensive. Maybe about $100 I paid for it off of Sweetwater, more than likely Sweetwater. So yeah, but those are my microphones. You know, turn out to be a microphone episode. I'll save the rest of the gear for a different episode. But if you have any questions about any of those microphones, feel free to reach out. I do have my main microphone, the SE Electronics broadcast mic, in a reflection booth here. So as you can see, it's pretty, you know, for those watching the video, you can see it's just set up on my desk, just a little desktop reflection booth. So this was the smallest reflection booth I could find, a little reflection box that I could find, and it's pretty nice, you know. I don't know if it's effective though, you know, but what I do know is this microphone, you can change it from like a cardioid or from a hypercardioid or whatever. So, you know, you can make the reflection unit more useful when you change those, the way the microphone picks up sound. So I have to study that a little bit, but you know, I really love when the microphone has some sort of control on them and you can make those adjustments. So, but anyway, like, share, subscribe. I'm Deon, Digital Hobby Labs. Hope you enjoyed this. If so, I will see you on the next one, and take care.